while sitting in Oklahoma, I began seeing reports that the city of Lexington, Mississippi, in the Mississippi Delta, was under investigation from the United States Justice Department for continuous and systematic practices that were violations of the citizens' civil rights in Lexington, Mississippi, and in Holmes County, Mississippi.
Department of Justice launches an investigation in their city. It's over concerns of patterns of violating people's constitutional rights.
Based on an extensive review of information that is publicly available and that we received from stakeholders, we conclude there is significant justification to open this investigation now.
After seeing those reports and then reading the report where they found systemic racism in the Lexington Police Department, I felt a calling to go down to Lexington, Mississippi to see for myself exactly what was going on. Upon arriving in Lexington, Mississippi, I met with the head of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party. Now, the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party is an offshoot of the Democratic Party that started in the 1960s and was sort of famously headed up by a woman named Fannie Lou Hamer at the Democratic National Convention in the 60s. They were an alternate delegate platform trying to go against the white delegates because blacks were not being allowed to register to vote in the state of Mississippi. That whole party is surrounded with the civil rights history of the state of Mississippi. And so I met with their director and we came up with a plan to interview those people who were impacted by the racial violence and profiling and abuses by the Lexington Police Department.
President of the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party, Cardell Wright, says they spoke with LPD several times to address issues in the community, but nothing was done.
I made a reservation at the library. I reserved a room, met with those folks who were nice. And before I left town that day, I decided to go across the street to the police department to just see if I could get some of these reports and maybe some of the body cameras from, say, some of the incidents where they used a taser as a cattle prod to move along a subject, or where they tasered a man in the teens of times simply because they wanted to, because he was being unkind to them. These kind of things are things that I wanted to find out, and I wanted to get those reports so I could start looking at them as I did these interviews.